That's a fair question because there was so much popular discontent in the GDR, discontent about things like the lack of political freedoms, the shortages of the most basic items, the difficulty to travel abroad. And those were the kinds of things that contributed to the statewide uprising that took place in East Germany in 1953. It was the first time there was an uprising like that in the Soviet bloc. But then there was no mass protest again until the summer and fall of 1989. Why? Why was that the case? Well, the simple answer is repression. The Berlin Wall, the infamous Stasi, the presence of Soviet troops and tanks. But if repression were the answer, then why did the uprising take place in 1953 at the height of Stalinism? Why did mass protests take place in 1989 when the Stasi was at the height of its power? I'd like to suggest two different reasons for the stability of a place like East Germany, and they're reasons that are often ignored. The first one is the willingness of officials at the grassroots, I mean people working in the factories or on the collective farms, to try to reach deals with those under their charge. And what this meant was that they tried not to push them too far. They tried to resolve their issues. They tried to listen to their grievances. And the goal was to keep the peace, to reach some sort of consensus. And that, I would argue, contributed to stability. But there was a second reason, and that has to do with the tensions and frictions that existed among ordinary East Germans themselves. Why were there tensions? Well, there was a widespread sense that other people, other groups were being somehow treated better. For example, that they got better access to scarce goods like apartments, that they enjoyed certain privileges. Why was that important? Well, it created resentment and frictions. And that made it difficult for East Germans to cooperate, to come together effectively to challenge the regime. You're probably thinking, well, every society has unfair differences and inequalities, but it was a real slap in the face in a place like East Germany. Why? Because the regime boasted that one of its core principles was fairness and equality and equity for all citizens.